Welcome back, my dear students. So in this lecture here, in this first lecture, I'm going to be, explaining a couple things that we're going to be needing to create really cool projects with Vue. So in order for us to create really cool Vue.js applications with separate components like Angular or React, we need a couple tools, okay? So the first tool that we need to have, and you need to do that with Angular and React and all that stuff, is to have some type of manager that will allow us to download packages, JavaScript packages, right? For that, for those of you that know about it, we have Node, right? So if we go to node.js.org, okay, node.js.org, you can download this runtime for JavaScript. Node.js, for those of you that don't know, allows us to run JavaScript in the server or have a server built with JavaScript. Okay, so this is what a lot of developers use to create what's called a mean stack. Okay, MongoDB, Express, Node, and Angular. Okay, this is the stack, one of the stacks. So download this. I already have it. Not going to download it. Download it and set all the default features when you download it, when you're using the installer. Make sure you have that, and that's going to bring along the npm, Node Package Manager, that we are going to be using to download the CLI. So let's come back here, and this is the CLI. Now the CLI is going to allow us to, create a Vue project that's going to have all the stuff that we need to make really cool applications. It's going to have separate components capability. It's going to have the node modules folder or available to us so that way we can include all the packages with npm. It's going to have a lot of things, and I'm going to go through the structure of that Vue.js application once it builds it. Now Vue, the CLI here, the program that we're going to be downloading with npm, is also going to have commands that we can execute and make things a lot easier for us. Okay, but as you can see here, let's see if I'm in the right page though. Actually, I'm not in the right page. Let me go to the right page. All right, right here. Okay, Vue.js, that's github.com, Vue.js/Vue-CLI. You can see that we need to use npm. Okay, once you download Node, use npm installed -g to create this globally, to install it in your computer. Okay, once you do that, then you can create a project. You can see here that it says Vue create my project. This is the 3.0, and let's go back here real quick. All right, so now let's go. Once you have Node installed, make sure that you go and open your command prompt. For some of you using Windows, I recommend downloading Git. Git is a version control little software that's pretty cool, and it also has a shell that we can use. They're very similar to the Mac operating system. Okay, so you download that and open it up, and you're gonna see like a little terminal like this. It's gonna be black, and it's gonna be better than the command prompt. So once you download it, make sure that you have it installed. Have Node installed, and you do node v, okay, in your command prompt or terminal in the Mac. It's gonna give you the version number. Okay, of course npm is also installed when you download Node. Okay, and you can just check for Vue as well, but for Vue we need to download it first, right? I already have it, so mine's gonna work out of the box, but I'm gonna download it. And for those of you using a command prompt or Git in the Windows operating system, make sure that for some of you, I think it's going to ask you to, it's going to block access to it. You can try it. You can try this command on your command prompt. If it doesn't work and it gives you an error, right click on that command prompt and run another shell like this as an administrator. Okay, and for us Mac users, make sure that you run as an administrator as well with sudo. Put your password, okay, and that should install it globally. We're gonna find out in a minute if it's installed. All you gotta do right now is do Vue just like that, and it's gonna give you a whole bunch of ways to use it. Okay, and right now it's telling us, hey, listen, you can create a project by doing create, by doing this command, create. You can add a plugin, you can invoke, inspect, build, init. This init command is going to allow us to use some type of template, because if we do Vue create, that's not going to have everything we need. That's just to create like a really simple, plain application with nothing in it. We need a couple other things to make this work. So with Vue.js, in order for us to create like components like Angular and React, we need Webpack to help us bundle all the JavaScript code. Okay, and he also uses Babel. Okay, Babel like this, Babel. Okay. All right. So he also uses this a plugin for Webpack. So Babel is good for modern or new ES6 features. That's going to process all the ES6 features into. It's going to transpile the new features into ES5, into the older features, so that way all browsers can understand the JavaScript that we are writing. Okay, because we write a lot of new JavaScript when we're doing Vue.js. Okay, so but don't worry about downloading Webpack or Babel. That's the reason why we're using the CLI, because the CLI is going to have all that for us. Okay, so let's go real quick and use that. And if I do, let's create a folder right here on the desktop real quick. Make sure that you download everything I told you to, and make sure that Node is installed. I'm gonna create a folder called Vue Apps, and I'm gonna go to that folder. You can follow me. It's the same thing for Windows. So open your command prompt and you do CD. If you're using Git, and the little it's not tilde, it's the backtick or tilde key by the escape key, and then you do capital desktop, press tab to autocomplete, and then go to Vue Apps. There we go. And in here you do Vue init, and then the template name, and then whatever project you want this to be called. I'm gonna call it demo, and it says Vue requires a add-on, global add-on. Get this issue here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this command here. I don't know. And let's try that. All right, look at that. That's working. Okay, just try this command, Vue -init. I don't know for what reason Vue init like this is not working. So I'm gonna press enter, enter, enter. That's my name already, and enter. Vue router. You know what? No. I'm gonna show you how we can play around with that later. And lint. No. 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 And it says use npm. I'm gonna press enter on that, and it's going to finish installing that project. Okay, on the next lecture I will explain to you the structure and everything and how it works. Okay, remember to install those files that I told you about. Okay, the node, the git bash, the shell. Okay, so that way you can make things work. All right, so now if you click on that folder, you should have this a whole bunch of folders and files. Let's go ahead and open that up in some type of editor or IDE. Okay. Vue Apps, and then I'm gonna open it up in my WebStorm right here. Make this a little smaller. Okay, and you should have something like this. On the next lecture, I'm going to go through all the structure here, almost all of it, because we don't need to know all of it, but I'm going to go through the main things of the structure, and I'm going to explain it to you so you have a better understanding. See you in the next lecture.